Hi, Domenica here from easysewingforbeginners.com. In this video, I'll be going through some troubleshooting ideas for if your mini sewing machine is not stitching. Okay, so I got this mini sewing machine from Aldi, and I got this mini sewing machine from Amazon. Now, the cost difference between the two was about $10, this one being the cheaper one. As soon as I got this one out of the box, I had nothing but problems with it, and this one has seemed to be pretty good. I haven't had any problems with it. Okay, so I'm going to use this video for some troubleshooting ideas for you. Alright, the first thing you need to check is if the top thread here is going over the bottom bobbin thread. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so I'm just going to take this bobbin cover off and I'll get the camera a little bit closer so you can see exactly what I mean. So what you need to do to test the top thread is just hold the thread tails with one hand, and then with the other hand turn that hand wheel towards you, and as you're doing that you should see that top thread. You can see that there. You can see mine coming over. You can see that top thread starting to come over the bobbin thread. Okay, and this is one of the major problems with this machine. When the thread is going over this bobbin cover here, it's actually dislodging it and pulling it out of place. So if that happens to you when you're sewing, your thread is either going to break or the stitch isn't going to be picked up. Okay, so try it a couple of times. So it's a lot smoother then, but it wasn't great. But if your thread is going over that bobbin, then that is good news, okay? I've got some other things that you can try. If your thread is not going over that bottom bobbin, then you quite possibly have a timing issue, and I'm going to cover timing in part 2. So have a look in the description box to see if that video has been made yet, okay? Before we move on though, I just want to show you the quality difference with these machines. So you can see the insides of this machine is quite cheap, whereas if you compare it to this machine, okay, this is the one I got from Amazon. If I do the same thing, it feels a lot smoother. The thread goes over that bottom bobbin beautifully. Okay, and you can just see the difference in the quality. That bobbin case hardly moves at all when the thread goes over the top of it. So here's some suggestions of some things to try. Okay, first of all, you could try sewing with the machine on the slower speed. So at the moment it is on the high speed, so I can press that in, slow the machine down a bit so it sews on the low speed. Okay, if that doesn't work, try rethreading the sewing machine again, and I show you exactly how to do that in my how to operate a mini sewing machine video, because little things like not having the thread in the tension disc properly can affect the way the machine sews, or not having the thread going from left through to the right in the needle can affect how the sewing machine sews. Also the direction of the bobbin. If you've placed the bobbin in the wrong way, then that will affect the machine, okay? These machines have a low margin for error, so you want to make sure that you've done all these things correctly, okay? And I've got a few tips for using the machine successfully in that video as well, so check it out. Now another thing you can try is to change the needle in the machine. Your machine should come with a spare one, so you can pop that in and see if it makes a difference. If you need to buy some more, then the machine comes with 90-14 size needles, but depending on the fabric that you use, you might need an 80-12 size, okay? So give that a go, see if it makes a difference with the results, okay? The other thing you can try is to try a different quality thread. So I only realised this when my daughter was using the machine, and I'd had this pink thread, which is one of my good quality threads in the machine, and she'd used up all the thread on this little bobbin, and I said, well, how about we just put the white one in? Because it was there, it was ready. As soon as we put the white one in, we started having problems. So I'm just going to demonstrate to you how a different thread or different fabric can make a difference to your sewing results. Okay. Okay, so here I have some cheap calico fabric. I've got the thread in the machine that came with the sewing machine. So I'm going to show you what I get when I sew this. Do a couple of manual stitches first. Okay. So I actually broke the thread in the machine, and this is what I got. Okay. So that's from the cheap thread that came with the machine and a cheaper, lower quality fabric. Just let me thread this machine back up and I'll try a different fabric. So I've rethreaded the needle and I've got a better quality cotton, quilting cotton here. Alright, so I had to push my bobbin back into place, and I've also broken my thread with this one as well. I got a slightly better sewing result with the better quality fabric. So now I'm going to change my top thread and I'm not going to do anything else to the machine. Okay, so here we go. I've just changed the top thread. That's all I've done with this machine. I'm going to try using this lower quality fabric first, and then I'm going to try my better quality fabric and see what kind of results I get. Alright, so seriously, all I did was changed my top thread, and that's the difference in the results. I got a skip stitch or two here, but other than that, that's the result I got. Okay, all I did was change the top thread. And the same, better quality thread, better quality fabric. And hopefully you can see that. But that's the result that I got from the different thread, and it didn't actually skip any stitches. If anything, the tension might be a little bit tight, but a good result. So that just shows a different thread, and the quality of your thread and the quality of your fabric can make a difference, okay, and reduce the frustration that you might be having with this machine. Now, if your stitches are looking okay, but they're not quite right, then tension might be the issue. So if you notice that this is the front and this is the back, if you notice that you're getting loops of the top thread coming out on the underside of your stitching, then your tension may be too loose. So you can, I don't know if you can see that, but the loops from the pink thread are there, okay. Check to see that your thread is going through in between the two tension discs, or if it is, then turn your tension dial to the right. So righty-tighty to tighten it up, or lefty-loosey to loosen it up, okay? Now, if your tension is too tight, then you may start to see the bottom thread coming up from the underside. So you can see just little specks of black because the tension's too tight, and the fabric is puckering a bit as well. Okay, so give these steps a try, see if it helps get your sewing machine stitching. If it doesn't and there's a timing issue, then I'll be making another video to help you potentially fix that problem as well. Alright, thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you found it useful. Leave a comment down below if there's anything else you need to know or need help with, and I'll see you next time. Bye.